Good evening. Yes, good evening. Just checking the time. Thanks for joining me for my daily Facebook Live broadcast. My name is Barry Selby, and introductions are simple. I am a best-selling author, speaker, and relationship attraction expert. Helping strong, successful women find balance in love, life, and business. I'm also a passionate champion of the divine feminine, and today I'm going to be curious to listen to how this comes out, because yesterday's broadcast, in the replay, on my computer at least, sounded like I've been sniffing helium, swallowing helium, because I sounded so silly. I don't know, the speed wasn't changed, but my voice went up an octave, and I'm like, how did that happen? Hoping today's doesn't go that way. We'll see in the replay. So this is my daily Facebook Live. This is number 234. Yes, I've done a few of these. And today's is actually a counterpoint to yesterday's broadcast. Yesterday's was on the theme of how deep were you willing to go, like what you're willing to commit to in a relationship. And this one has the inverse, which is, have you stayed longer than you should have, or that you ought to? So if you didn't watch yesterday's, I invite you to watch yesterday's broadcast, number 233, because I went into questions and invitations. I didn't actually didn't solve anything for you, but I did propose some thoughts about how much you're willing to commit to going into a deep relationship, and what you're willing to sacrifice, what you're willing to keep, what you're willing to give up. What would be willing to do if something traumatic happened? I covered quite a big range. So today's is the opposite, which is, have you stayed longer than you should? And this is a reality check, because there are people I know, I'm not going to mention any names, who have been in a relationship for far longer than they should have, as in the relationship they were in went dead years prior. And maybe that, I won't say necessarily that is the most obvious indicator, as in the relationship feels dead, hence you should leave. However, it's one of the indicators there are, and there are several indicators. Well, let me put some on the table, since I did propose that tenet. So one is yes, there's no energy, no love, no attraction. One of my teachers said a long time ago that marriage shouldn't be till death do us part. It should, however, be till the loving ends. And the way he said it was that the opposite of love is not hate. The opposite of love is apathy. Now, these are challenging topics to think about, but the reality is this. If your relationship has no energy to it, no life, no joy, why are you still together? Now, if you've got kids or that sort of stuff, it's a different story. I'm talking about just you and your partner together, and this is before marriage, where there's less baggage or requirements to keep you together. How long have you stayed past the point where there's no energy, no desire, no drive, no passion, no excitement, no magnetism, no nothing? Did you stay beyond that point? How long did you go beyond it before you went, you know what, this isn't going to work? Maybe it's time you look at that. If you're in one now, maybe we'll look at that one. On the other hand, there are also situations where you have red flags that your partner has quite willingly trampled over several times, and you haven't said, stop. And for some of you, maybe not the ones watching, but people you know, the choice has been to put up with a relationship that sucks because you'd rather not be alone. And that is an error in approach. Did I cover this recently? I think I did. About being, oh yes. I said this was actually last Sunday. I did a talk about, have you graduated from your last relationship? Meaning, have you completed that by being honorable with yourself and owning your singlehood and being healthy? For some people, being in a relationship is preferable to being alone, because when they're alone, they feel lonely, which is not actually true, but it's a choice point people have. I'm putting some big things out here. If someone in your life in a relationship with you, by the way, has been repeatedly trampling your red flags, for example, if you're in a relationship, a romantic relationship with your partner, and you're a person who values honesty, trust, and monogamy, and they've cheated on you 3 times, it might be a time to look at that relationship again. It might be a time to consider what your options are. Now, again, if you are married with kids and other responsibilities, it may not be so easy to disengage, and I totally understand that. I'm talking about really if you're in a relationship with somebody that is just you and your partner, no kids, maybe not any shared properties, things like that. You may be living together, but it's like you don't have a lot of things to decouple, as it were. Have you stayed longer than you should? There's some things I want to put. There we go. That was the pieces. I was waiting for these to drop in. If you watched my broadcast before, you may know that I do have these things dropping in occasionally where I just start speaking from a new place. So, what do I want to speak to? self-care must come first when you're in a relationship, when you are single, either way. Because being in a relationship is bringing your fullness into the relationship. And I've talked about this many times before, so this is a recap for those who haven't seen those people before. When you are choosing into a conscious relationship, keyword conscious, you bring all of yourself into that relationship, as your partner does too, ideally. If that's not what your experience has been and not what your preference is, this may not match for you. This may not be of relevance to you. Because someone's doing the conscious work and doing the journey where you're stepping into conscious relationship, then having clear boundaries, having clear red flags, having clear green flags, as I call them, which is the must-haves, because red flags are deal breakers, green flags are must-haves, for those who don't know my colour scheme, then that framework is required to enjoy a conscious growing relationship. A conscious relationship is usually not amorphous. In fact, a conscious relationship is usually not meandering and convenient. It's a commitment of work, a commitment to work, a commitment to grow together and individually. So being in a conscious relationship requires you bringing all yourself in because you as an individual are choosing to grow with this partner. If that relationship doesn't go somewhere you want to go, hopefully you're aware and conscious enough to go, I'm going to step off this train. With some, I mean, not just, packing your bags and leaving without telling them. I don't mean that level, because again, conscious relationship does involve communication. What a concept. Choosing conscious relationship and having conversation that is articulated, clear, and owning your own space, your own stuff, your own perspective, creates opportunity, one, for the relationship to heal and grow, which is a big part of what this journey is about. Secondly, is able to be clean in your communication, so if it does look like it's going to end, you can walk away clean, as can your partner. But some of you are going like, you can do that? Yes, you can. My work and my coaching is about the beginning of a relationship, helping my clients get to where they want to have an amazing, authentic, deep, rich relationship. Occasionally I've helped clients who've come out of one or help them heal after they've had a bad breakup. And so this advice in this broadcast is for those people who haven't got there yet, but are getting close and may be aware of it. It's interesting because, sidebar, bear with me as I just, say, stay right there, let's go over this side for a second. If you're wondering what this is, by the way, that's, what you call it? A VIP pass. I guess to go to a party tonight, because we had the National Hug Day at Agape today. And this afternoon we went for the world record of number of nations represented in a group hug. Unfortunately, we didn't get the goal we wanted, which is 50. We didn't do bad. We did like 46, 47, something like that. Countries represented in the group hug. It was fun. We had the Guinness Book of World Records there. It was a really cool thing. But something that was said, and it's interesting, this is going to sound weird, but I'll come back to the point, I hope, in a moment, is that one of the things they said there was powerful, which you did in the group, was a 21-second hug changes your life. 21-second hug. And I don't mean a hug like A-frame leaning over, patting him on the back. Not that sort of hug. And not a groping hug either. I mean, I'm talking about a real, honest hug, heart to heart. 21 seconds, you do that with your partner, with someone you love, someone you care about, with a stranger on the street, if you want to get really stepping up. 21 seconds releases endorphins, releases dopamine, and it will change your physiology. It will heal heartbreak. It will, to the degrees. I'm telling you what they've said. I'm not saying it's all true. I would believe it takes more than that. But having these understandings of what simple acts can do can change everything. Bear with me. I'm looking for the leap back into where I was. It's in there somewhere. I'm just watching where it's going to go. So we had that today, and so we got a VIP party for I was one of the ambassadors. They had the country you may already know that I'm English. If you don't, I'm English. I live in the United States. So I represented my home country in the group hug. Passports at the ready and all that stuff for the Guinness Book of Records to have verification of who we are. It's very official, actually. It's kind of fun. But the thing I got was that, first of all, it didn't matter who the other people were. And some people had never been to Agape before, a spiritual center. in the hug, but they were just because people were recruiting their friends, saying, "Oh, you're from another country, great, bring your passport, let's do this." So we're hugging with different countries, and of course, because I'm in England, I'm next to France because that's the alphabetical sequence, and this, we're having a conversation about Brexit, just because we're both from different countries, but we're involved in it. Our culture is, and recognizing how we can talk and communicate clearly, which governments can't. Now, that's a whole different direction I was planning to go, just to be clear. And I'm looking to see how to. Bear with me. I'm looking to see how it brings back to the relationship conversation I started with. But I'm recognizing that one thing that I did get, we'll see if it goes there, is in that period of hugging. We did a lot of hugging before just to connect with each other, and it was really fun. A lot of people taking like group shots with everybody and selfies and stuff. It was kind of funny because we all had sashes on. Mine's not here right now. But the recognition of the fact that we have this place of unity. This is going to be a leap into the relationship conversation. I'm going to go back where I started. But in relationship, that might be the answer. There it goes. Okay. Again, if you watch my broadcast, you know I do this. I follow a path inside and see where it goes. In relationship, the opportunity to grow with your partner is a huge one if you choose it. For many people, that's not their choice. I understand, but it's what I recommend. It's what I believe as well when I've been on my journey. When you get down to the depths of your connection with your partner, when you choose that, you recognize that who you are and who they are the same thing. That's what I discovered today in the hug, or I should say remembered and was connected back to. We're all the same thing. So the part of a romantic relationship, the part of here we go. The part of conscious relationship is the additive part to that. Because when we get down to the bottom line, who we are the same. Got that clear? That doesn't make for a very sexy relationship, but it's a foundation on which everything can be built. On top of that can be built the human experience of relationship, romance, understanding each other, communication, sexuality, sensuality, all these different pieces can be added on top. It is possible to be in a relationship where all that stuff dissipates, and what you're left with is a connection. It doesn't mean you should stay, though. Boy, this is a reach, but it comes back to the point. As I said, being in a relationship where you have chemistry and connection, but also agreements and red flags and green flags at work, makes for a healthy relationship. If those are being violated or not lining up, or you're not finding a connection, maybe you want to consider whether it's worth staying or not. Sometimes it's not, because staying in a relationship for the sake of the relationship, when it's not healthy for you or your partner, is a bad choice. So my question at the beginning, which I'll bring back in again, is have you stayed longer than you wanted to, or stayed longer than you did, or needed to? This is, again, I'm not going to answer the question for you, because it's for you to answer. And again, this is the opposite of what I did yesterday, in a way. Because what I did yesterday was how deep you're willing to go in terms of how long you're willing to stay in a really healthy, autonomous relationship. This is the other side of how, when you should get out. So, depending on what you need to learn, watch this broadcast again, and watch yesterday's broadcast, because I cover both sides. I think that's that topic covered at this point. If something else drops in whilst I'm doing the wrap-up, I'll come back to it. This is my daily Facebook Live. This is number 234. I do this every day that's why it's daily, Facebook Live. Covering a whole gamut of things about relationships, love, romance, healthy connection, intimacy, finding a purpose, growing together, all those different things. And if you want to find out more about those, you can watch them happily on my website, which is barryselby.com. You click on the video blog to watch them there. I have them also on my business page on Facebook, as well as on YouTube, but depending where to watch them. If you want to watch my business page, you can comment there and ask questions and et cetera, and I'll get back to you on those, because I do see the notifications. If you know somebody who watch these, please share them with them. Share this with them, or put another broadcast with them, because it might be valuable to them as well. Second thing is, if you have questions, concerns about relationships, so you're not sure where to go, please reach out to me. I'm here for you. I'll play with this one. Usually I sign off by saying, please take care of yourself, treat yourself well, love yourself is way to work. Here's an invitation. If you're willing to, before you go to bed tonight, or another night if you want to do another day, is can you connect with yourself and actually give yourself a hug? Or just put your hands on your heart or wrap yourself in a hug. Can you connect to yourself and feel your own love for yourself. That's your homework. I'll back again tomorrow for my daily Facebook Live. That'll be 235, because these are every day. And, yeah, that's your homework. Love yourself, appreciate yourself, respect, and take care of who you are. Because who else is going to do it? I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye.